And we're back one last time for 2013. For the last day of 2013, comics are coming out. So it is on a Tuesday instead of a Wednesday, which is kind of peculiar, but it's that holiday schedule.
Yeah, Wednesday's New Year's Day.
And a lot of businesses are closed. Not this one, though, right?
No, we'll be open.
Yeah.
But I mean, probably a lot of will be closed on Tuesday as well, so you might not be getting your comics till Thursday, depending on your store.
Yeah. Are we going to be open tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, you are going to be open tomorrow. Okay, well, whatever. Depending on your store, yeah. There you go. Well, very cool. But there's still a pretty good amount, a lot more than last week's 4 or 5 comics that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Marvel's the only one who treated it as a skip week.
Yeah, but still, even for a skip week, they got some good stuff that came out. So let's go ahead and dive right into the independent publishers with Mara.
We have a few key selections this week. We have the Manhattan Project's number 17, which at first glance I thought this was a Sex Criminals cover because of the
color scheme.
Because of the color scheme, but don't let that fool you.
Yeah.
From Boom, we have the first issue of 6 for Revelations by Paul Jenkins, and the artwork is very pretty. It's got kind of that painted, abstract-y feel to it.
It's Humberto Ramos, the guy that's doing Superior Spider-Man.
Right, which is crazy because that looks nothing like his art style.
It's probably the coloring. I mean, it's...
Yeah, the color is way
that must be what it is.
I mean, it's beautiful. It's from Boom. It's 1 out of 6, so it's a fun miniseries to start your new year with.
It's definitely more cartoony than Spider-Man stuff, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have Rocket Girl, number 3, from Image, which I haven't read this one yet, but I'm still expecting a lot from the series. And from Vertigo, Fables number 136, The Search for Camelot. So,
cool.
Those are your highlights.
Mob City was advertised. I'm sorry.
Move on, Matt.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, this week in DC, it's Aquaman week, and DC is not saying that, but I will. We got
Jeff. Are 2 whole comics left.
Yeah, it's more than he's ever had. Jeff Parker's first issue. I'm pretty certain this is Jeff Parker's
sure it is too.
First issue of Aquaman. So we get to see a different approach, which I think this is the best jumping on point for Aquaman and the New 52 so far. So yeah, let's see if Parker can. Deliver as well as Johns did with his run. Speaking of Jeff Johns, he didn't write this, never mind. No, Don, speaking of Jeff Johns, Justice League Dark. But speaking of Aquaman, if you're a fan of Aquaman from the 90s, I don't know how well you can see that. The Grant Morrison hook, harpoon hand.
Peter David.
Not
Grant Morrison.
Not Grant Morrison. But
Grant Morrison used him, but it was Peter David that did it.
Right. But if you're a fan of that Aquaman with the beard, and I know that there are people that do prefer this Aquaman before, before the other Aquaman, because you got bearded, long-haired, harpoon. And it's not that Aquaman. It just looks like him, but
it's Earth 3 Aquaman.
Yeah, so it's the Crime Syndicate's Sea King is what his name is. But once again, excellent artwork from Michael Janin. There. And we get what appears to be Lois and Superman on the cover of Superman Unchained. Excellent cover from Jim Lee. Very excited about this book still. Can't wait to see what happens here and see if Snyder delivers. So that's pretty much it from DC. There are other books, don't get me wrong. I just have chosen not to talk about them. All right, what's coming out from Marvel?
This time I'm talking about all the Marvel books because there's 4 of them. Because again, Marvel kind of treated it as a skip week. But there's a couple big hitters, starting with your Guardians of the Galaxy number 10. This is the Kevin Maguire issue. After they kicked him off of Justice League, Brian Bendis is like, please come work with me. So basically it's a Gamora and Angela team-up issue. They go around and smash stuff, so it's pretty cool.
I'm excited.
Next up, we got New Avengers 13. Some fun with kind of the aftermath of Infinity with Black Bolt and other fun stuff. Another one of the weird worlds with a different Illuminati, which is kind of cool. Next up, I don't generally talk about Savage Wolverine because this is okay, but since there's 4, we'll say Savage Wolverine came out. Phil Menace is writing and drawing it. It's kind of cool story about Wolverine fighting poachers and stuff. So if you're into that, check it out. And then last up, we got some Superior Foes of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The book that no one wants to like, but it's awesome, so you have to like it.
If you are watching this on nerdspan.com, look at the picks of the year from me and a few other writers, and you might see this as my favorite comic series of 2013. Which is arguable, I know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's not my best, but it'd be in the top 10 probably.
Oh yeah.
Probably maybe not top 5.
Maybe one of the most pleasant surprises.
Oh, like I said, I do not want to read a book about Beetle, and it's a shocker and stuff, but it's excellent, so you have to.
Yeah.
This is the origin of the new Beetle. Spoiler, she's Tombstone's daughter. You find it on the first page. So.
If you don't know who Tombstone is, that's okay.
Sure.
Because that's kind of the point of this comic. Is if you don't know who these people are, that's not so bad. Don't worry about it. But your most recognizable member is like Shocker. You know, you are dealing with some oddballs, but I do love that series.
That's all from Marvel.
Yeah. So let's get into picks of the week. Mara, what do you have?
My pick of the week is my favorite series for this year and last year. Rachel Rising, number 22. If you've been following Terry Moore on Twitter, you know that he's been having some trouble with sales for this book. But the fan response has been incredible. I mean, people are very excited about this series. Have been encouraging others to look into it. So I just want to say, buy issue 22, go buy the other trades, and get on board.
Yeah, it's good.
It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Mine is a number 1 from Dynamite. I think that's the first time I've ever recommended a Dynamite book. But it is J. Michael Straczynski's Twilight Zone, which is a franchise book. But Twilight Zone is all about quick stories, and I think that's going to be the approach for this comic. So, I don't know. I'm interested in it. I will check it out. And, yeah, another cover from Francesco Francavilla, who I think might be the cover artist of the year, just because he has done a ton of covers for this year. Not saying he's the best, but he has appeared... Has he done anything for DC? Because he's been everywhere else.
Maybe some Vertigo stuff, but I don't know if he's done any New 52 stuff.
Yeah. But he is all over the place, and his art style's not terrible, but... He's
a really good designer.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm excited about this book, and like I said, you'll get some weird stories, and it might just be the best kind of pick up and read and just try it out kind of book, just because, it's very one and done kind of story. I like I said, I don't know if that's the approach that Straczynski's going for, but
could be a total lie.
But I hope that's the case.
I think surely that is. Well, that's what you do with them.
Exactly, because you don't have any established characters.
No. All right, am I going?
You're good.
Mine is Dead Boy Detective number 1. If you're a Sandman fan, you recognize the kids. They're actually going back to the academy where they were killed in the Sandman story, so that's kind of cool. It's given, I think, a little more focus to what they've done since the characters with Sandman. If you haven't read Sandman, you're good. All you gotta know is they're ghosts, and they're ghosts. And they solve mysteries.
Sweet.
Kind of like a Hardy Boys.
Yeah, and Mark Buckingham's doing the art, or at least I think he's just doing the layouts, maybe. Yeah, well, he's doing the penciling, so yeah, he's penciling it, so I think that's going to be what he follows up Fables with, since Fables is getting close to being over. But yeah, it's number 1, so give it a try if you're looking to try some stuff.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best parts about this week from what I'm looking at. There's a lot of new first issues and jumping on points, which is exciting because it's what you want at the beginning of a new year. So, what do you think? Let's just wrap it up with a brief discussion of 2013. Good year?
Sure, I guess.
Just as good as any other?
I mean, it's definitely a big year for Image.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and 2012 was too. I think 2012 might arguably be the better or bigger year for Image.
Really?
I'm just saying that's when stuff really started to heat up.
I mean, that's when Walking Dead really kicked off crazy. But I mean, with...
But that's when Saga came out too, and Manhattan Projects and Fatale. I think 2013 is... That's why I did not pick Image as my publisher of the year. It's just because I feel like 2012 got them started, and 2013 is just like, okay, and we just keep on rolling with it. But the same thing could be said about my pick of as far as the publisher was concerned, the Monkey Brain. Same thing happened. But yeah, no, Image definitely is one of the standouts with their comics. What about you, Mara? 2013, thumbs up. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, right on. Well, if you want to read what Mara's real opinions about 2013 are, you can definitely check out nerdspan.com. As a matter of fact, that is where this video is located. But if you were wondering where we are physically located, why don't you tell them, Brian?
We're at Conway Comics, 255 Ferris Road in Conway, Arkansas, right behind good old UCA.
Good old UCA. How did you like that segue? Was that
It
a good one?
wasn't bad. It was a little convoluted, but
Yeah,
it wasn't bad.
they usually are. All right, awesome. Well, from nerdspan.com, I'm Matt Wood.
I'm Mara Wood.
And I'm Brian Keown.
And you guys have a great 2014, and we can't wait to see you there.
It's true.
All right, bye.